All right. Hello, Mgmt211. I am going to do my best to conduct this class over video, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what the next few weeks are going to look like for us as well. I hope you are all doing well as we practice this social distancing. I will warn you, we take it really seriously at my house, which means there are four little boys here all the time, so you might hear background noise or uh, see little boys run into this room, even though they've been uh, asked gently not to. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. I've tried to get across in the messages on Canvas that one of my goals is, for us just to be doing our best, working together to make this work to reach course goals the best that we can. So please be patient with me. I'm going to be really, open and generous with you as students. I think if you come to these class sessions, you watch these videos, you complete the work in a timely manner, you'll do well in this class. And I really I hope that the materials we've already learned have been useful to you, and that we're able to use the next few weeks to learn the rest of the materials, to create really meaningful course projects that I think will be really helpful for you in the future and throughout your life. So uh, a few housekeeping things. One, each week on Tuesday we will have a lecture either through WebEx or something recorded like this that I will expect you to watch during our normal course time, if at all possible. And I know for some of you that's not a possibility, but if possible, do that. And then on Thursday each week, you will have some sort of group activity and or a quiz that you will also need to complete during our normal class time. Your groups will just be the groups you're in for the project, so you can use Google Hangouts or Slack or any sort of messaging system that you want to use to work with the groups on these activities that we otherwise would have done in class. As I give the lectures, I'll be using the PowerPoints, so I suggest that you get the PowerPoints open on your computers to follow along with them. Some of the videos we watch in class we're not going to be able to watch, which is a real disappointment. I've taught a lot of online classes, but it's very different to plan a class from the beginning knowing that it's going to be online than it is to change a class that's very heavily discussion and activity based into an online class. So I'm working really hard to achieve this. I am looking to make all of these activities just as meaningful doing them remotely as they would be to do them in class. So also you'll notice on the discussion boards, there's an opportunity for you to sign up for a date to present your class project. So what I'm going to do is use WebEx for this. You'll still create a PowerPoint that you'll share with us through WebEx. All the members of your group will come. You'll talk to us about your book, summarize your paper. We will not be having the class discussion part that was previously part of the assignment. Your paper's still due. I will give more instructions on the paper as we get closer to the end of the semester. And uh, sign up. You give a 15-minute presentation, and we'll move on to the next group. So sign up for one of those days, and we're going to do our best to make this function really well. So thanks for your patience. Be in touch with me. Text me. My number is up on Canvas. Read those messages and announcements on Canvas. Uh, Call me, email me. Don't worry. Do not let this class be the one that makes you feel nervous or anxious. I promise everyone who comes to class and does the work, you'll do great in this class. And we're just, rolling with the punches, adapting to a once in a lifetime situation. So hopefully everything works for you. All right. All right. So, and also one more thing, I have to say, I am really bummed and disappointed that I'm not going to get to see all of you again. I was really enjoying this class and getting to know each of you, and it is really a disappointment to think that we don't get to meet face to face again. So, maybe in the future I'll see you again if you're lucky. So, all right, let's talk about chapter 11 first, which is about effective team management. How do we manage teams, right? So we know that a group is any two or more people who interact with each other to accomplish a goal or meet a need. I mean, this could be, a formal goal through work. It could be an informal goal of just wanting to get dinner with someone. A team, beyond a group, is a group whose members work intensely with each other to achieve a specific goal or objective. So it's not just hanging out, it's we have a reason for doing this. Uh, and so groups and teams can help organizations in many ways. There's a lot of research that shows that oftentimes groups come to better solutions than individuals because there's more information there. So some of the things that groups or teams can accomplish are, helping an organization perform better, become more responsive, have greater innovation, and increase motivation and satisfaction because people tend to like to be with other people rather than be alone. Synergy are any sort of performance gains that we get when individuals and departments are able to successfully coordinate their movements and actions and what they're doing. Some factors that contribute to this kind of success are ability to bounce ideas off one another, correct errors without much conflict, bring diverse knowledge to problems, and accomplish projects beyond the scope of an individual's abilities, right? Teams often lead to innovation because you just have a greater base of, ideas to work with and solutions to problems to work with. We also can look at, like I said, these formal groups are ones that are put together by managers that are directed on what to do, whereas informal groups are ones who sort of find ways to work together without it being instigated by someone. So in a class, maybe, I put you into groups for a project. That's a formal group. But you might get together with some students who you know and like to study for an exam. That's an informal group. So you can, if you look through these slides and through the reading, they'll talk about some different kinds of teams. You don't really need to know all of that, but we should understand how group dynamics work, right? The makeup and composition of the group impacts how successful it will be. Small groups, one of those characteristics we look at is the size, right? Small groups can coordinate better. They might be more satisfied and get more information, and it might be easier to see group success. As far as group size goes, though, in a smaller group, when we divide the labor, each person will have to do more work, obviously. Within groups, people tend to take on roles, a leader, a writer, a supporter, a loafer, someone who doesn't do anything, right? And then within groups, I'm sure you've learned this before, but there are stages of group forming, right? It's group development. Forming, where you get to know each other. Storming, where you maybe have some arguments about what to do. Norming, where you feel good about being in the group and there's some consensus that forms. Performing is actually accomplishing the goals of the group. And then adjourning is when the group ends. Group norms are sort of guidelines for how the group behaves, and you can think about how, you go to maybe 4 classes in a week, how each class is different. Some classes you laugh the whole time, it's really fun. Others are very serious. Some students are asked to participate, and your behavior will actually change based on what that class is like. That's how groups are. Groups have different norms that sort of sometimes develop, either written, or sometimes they just develop naturally, and you just get a sense for what's acceptable and not in a group. Members tend to conform to norms to gain rewards or to be accepted in the group. The more people conform but are deviant when something really wrong is happening, the higher the performance of the group. So you have to balance those things. You mostly want cohesion, but you also want people who will raise the red flag if something doesn't sound right or isn't going well in the group. Okay, let's see. Group cohesiveness is the degree to which members feel like they're part of the group and actually care. So if you don't have that group cohesiveness, again, people aren't going to participate and work hard and conform. One of the main goals in managing a group is to get them to want to work. And we've talked about motivation in here. So if you can have a highly cohesive group of people who feel like they're part of the team and they understand the goals, you are more likely to get people to buy in and not participate in social loafing, which is the tendency of people to put in less work when they're in a group. Oftentimes in a group, people think, well, this doesn't all rest on me, so I'll do some of the work, but I'm not going to do as much as I would do on my own. All right, now at the end of this PowerPoint, you will see that there are a couple of slides about being the manager. We're not going to do that because it's too difficult to share the video with you on here. So that is the end of chapter 11. I'm going to move on to the chapter 12 slide. And then like I said, there's a quiz online that you'll need to finish on Thursday. Closed book, but do your best with it. Just get that into me sometime. There's no time limits on any of the assignments. I really would like you to do them during class time, but again, people are traveling. People are in different time zones, people are in different countries, so we're just going to do our best. All right, this is all new to all of us. So let's talk about chapter 12. There'll be at the end of chapter 12, you'll need to be able to look at these slides because I outline the project that you'll be doing as a group on Thursday and turning into me on campus. All right. So chapter 12 is about building and managing human resources. Again, it's going to say there's a video at the front. We're not going to be able to watch that. If you really want to this summer when all these bands are listed, we can get together and watch all the videos that you missed this semester by this social distancing. But human resource management is a really big growing field, and it includes all the activities that managers engage in to attract and retain the best employees and make sure that they work really well with the group. And a lot of human resources deals with laws and rules, equal opportunity employment, making sure there's no discrimination or sexual harassment in the organization, and when there are claims of these, that they are addressed and taken seriously, that people feel heard, and how to manage those sorts of problems. Mental health, all of these things can fall under HR. Creating proactive trainings or resources for people to help before problems start, and responding when there are incidents that happen that go against these rules. Also within HR is recruitment and selection. So the activities we do, that managers do to get the best employees, writing a job description, getting that job description in the right place, setting up a job description and a part on your website that allows people to apply for jobs, search for jobs. So making sure that the best people know that you're offering, opportunities to apply for employment, then selecting those people, right? And we'll do a little chapter at the end, or a little exercise at the end of this class on how to interview for jobs and how to present yourself successfully for management positions, and on what managers should be looking for in employees as well. Some of the things that human resources do as well that we've touched on a little bit in this class and also in 111 is the idea of job analysis, determining what it really takes to get a job done and how that looks, what should change, what should stay the same, how to write this down for recruiting. HR sometimes uses external recruiting organizations, so we know what we want in an employee. We're going to hire a company that will find the best for us. Internal recruiting would be, getting existing employees to fill new open positions through promotion or through, a lateral move to something maybe that's new and different. The selection process, looks at who the best employees are. Once we hire them, we train them, we develop their skills. We oftentimes try and figure out what people need to know, how we can make sure they have the information they need to be successful in organizations. HR is also in charge of feedback, right? So performance appraisals, reviews, what should go into those, what managers need to report, how to tell employees that they're doing a great job or that they need to improve, how to give bonuses and promotions, all of those sorts of things in the workplace. HR is in charge of pay and benefits, determining when people should get pay raises or when people don't, or what benefits are going to be, how to tell employees maybe if you're reducing benefits, that sort of thing. And then HR deals with labor relations if there's a union in an organization. All right, so you'll see at the end of this slide or at the end of this PowerPoint presentation, there is a slide that will explain what you need to do in your group work. You're going to come up with an idea for a business. It can be one you've used before, and you're going to create a slideshow and presentation that you would share with potential investors who would want to invest in your company. So you're going to make this slideshow and upload this to Canvas for me. Each individual should do this because this is graded, and just write all your group member names in it. Each of you you need to make one slideshow. Each of you can upload the exact same slideshow, but I need it in each slot so that I can grade it and give you a grade. All right? So this is the end of our first online meeting, and let me know if you have questions about the assignment on Thursday. Enjoy your spring break, relax, hang out, you know, you're probably not getting to go on a cool trip anymore, so that's a bummer if you were going to do that. But try and find ways to not worry about school, at least not this class. And we will come back on the 31st. We will have another online meeting. I think we'll probably do that one through WebEx and meet live because hopefully most of you are settled by then. And then we'll, you know, just keep bebopping through the rest of the class. Thanks so much for your patience. Like I said, be open with me. I'm really flexible. I just want to make this work the best we can to get all of those course goals met. So have a great spring break, and I will talk to you via video in a couple of weeks. Thank you.